you out. Hello everybody, welcome back to a quick video on EOS. There's not much to say about EOS, it's a very simple deal going on here basically. So unlike previously when we had a very strong setup coming out of a consolidation vibe, this is why I brought EOS onto the channel, this is why I was talking about it in the first place. So we go back in time, we have a very clear consolidation that basically came to an end, and we went into a volatile but predictable, I suppose, range of accumulation, more or less around the moving averages. That's basically the best way to do it, to go about it. You can go in at the bottom, you go in at the top, or you go in at the middle. But basically the consolidation was over. There was a few other aspects of this chart which made this really bullish, one being the conversion baseline on the weekly, which basically, if it wasn't for the market pulling back in May, this would have probably continued into the 20s and God knows where from then. Again, we've got to show the conversion baseline here. So that was the signal. So we got to dump down into it, and then at this point forward it was all game on the weekly, and we led on to make some new highs there. But we don't have any of that right now, and I've been saying it for a while. All we've got right now is a consolidation, not even a consolidation, I mean an accumulation vibe. We've got this rounded bottom of support, which has been going on since well, basically the bull market began. This is one of those tokens like XRP that didn't really benefit from the bull market when it began in 2019, had its own thing going on, and this is why I suppose it's interesting and also frustrating for other people who want to try and trade this. And I appreciate that it's pretty crap as well. Let's face it, it's pretty crap. It's not the Moonboy token that people gravitate towards, but that's fine. But when it comes to a simple game of risk to reward, last night we were blessed with a lot less risk than reward. Basically the rounded bottom got tagged last night on that pullback, and doesn't mean that that's the be all and end all. The rounded bottom is only a rounded bottom. It's not indestructible. We have had little wicks below it, and again, we can make these fit they don't have to play out in any specific way. It's just one little thing that we're looking at here. But so far for the last couple of years it has held relatively well, and probably will continue up there to hold. So we were blessed with that opportunity to buy that dip or long that opportunity yesterday. Now, does the market continue to pull back? I think it probably will. So will we get another opportunity like this? Well, yeah, we might do. Will we get another wick that goes lower than that? Yeah, we could. We could definitely. We definitely could. So it's not the be all and end all. But what I would say that it likely is that it is likely to be the closest opportunity you would get to buy a low for a token which is likely to go higher. So on a simple game of risk to reward, the risk is a lot less here, specifically here, than the reward. The reward could only be, it depends on your risk tolerance really. You could sell it at the next major resistance, which would be $5. You could wait for the next major resistance, which would be about $7. You could wait for that to break hopefully and get up to 10, maybe even 11, maybe 13, 14, who knows, maybe $1 billion, which is, I'm sure some YouTube channels will be touting that sort of thing, that mad, ridiculous kind of thing. But on a simple basis of risk to reward, we were given the opportunity last night to try our luck on EOS if we wanted to, and that's a simple trade strategy. Again, just to reiterate, there is no bullish setup here. There is no bullish setup. There's nothing about this chart which is bullish. So let's face it, it's not a bullish chart. But when you're buying bottoms aren't bullish, right? You can't say, oh, that's a bullish looking bottom, because essentially what you're doing on a bottom is buying an extreme low. You're not going to have a bullish bottom. There's no such thing. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't exist. You go, oh, look at those lower lows, that's bullish. I mean, to an extent, I could say that, all right, given what I've said here, which is that you've got a rounded bottom of support that's several years long, held pretty much on the dot every single time. We came down to retest it, so I suppose in a way you could say that is a bullish bottom, but it's not a bullish chart. Just because we came down to tag it doesn't mean that we're going to go to $25 or whatever it is that is potentially a realistic target. I'm not saying that that's where it's going to go. I'm just saying that it's not unrealistic to suggest that we go to $20 or so. But the chart doesn't say that that's where it's going to go. The chart just says, alright, if you want an entry point, there's no better place than to try it on a long-standing support, which is held for since 2019 until just yesterday. We've tagged it countless times. So many times it's been tagged and had a decent reaction from it. And again, at this point now, I mean, the rounded bottom is facing up, so the support band that we're looking at here is technically an uptrend. So like I say, there's nothing more to it than that. For those who want to know about EOS, EOS has always been a part of this channel since I started touting it around here for obvious reasons, and then since then I suppose it's just stuck and people want to know about EOS like I'm some kind of I don't know, some promoter of EOS or in some kind of way affiliated with EOS. Previously, EOS was amazing. It was a great setup and it worked out pretty well. Since then, it's not had a setup. This is the best we can do. But still, as far as risk to reward is concerned, it's pretty good. But where's its destination? Well, you've got to take it level by level. It's accumulation right now, and we are potentially sort of at a dicey period in time, but I do think that altcoins are going to have a good run and start to run from the end of this month into next month. I know that sounds pretty controversial despite having these pullbacks right now, but I still think that is the case. So with that in mind, risk to reward, well, why not try a bit of EOS? Like I say, I'm not a financial advisor. This is certainly not financial advice. Anyone who wants to advise financially on EOS is probably not the greatest financial advisor anyway, because there's a lot of other things you could go for which would probably yield more. However, when buying lows, when buying bottoms, nothing ever looks bullish, like I say, and this doesn't look bullish, but when it comes to a relatively good entry point, I suppose this is it. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.